Five Laps at Freddy's is the newest horror game in the franchise. By Click Team, the full game hasn't been released, but the demo has been on Steam. If you haven't read the title or the thumbnail, which I doubt, I will be going over my thoughts on the new demo for Five Laps at Freddy's. So let's get into it, shall we? Before we continue, I just want to say all the background videos and all that are supported by the Archivist. They are a very cool channel on YouTube that record games with no commentary. I will link their channel in the description. Now, let's begin. First off, the maps. The sinkhole map has the least development out of all three. Out of all three of the maps, I mostly recommend Midnight Motorist. Although not being the easiest, it's the middle difficulty, which means it isn't too hard or too easy. Although if you're just starting and trying to get used to the controls, I recommend Fazbear Hills. It's the easiest map and can help you get used to the controls easier than one of the other maps, considering it's the easiest one. Also, the day shift mechanic and night shift mechanics could use a bit of work. It's a bit confusing at the moment, and I feel like people can agree with me on that. The Steam description said it would work a completely different way than it actually does. And the night shift on the Midnight Motorist map makes it really hard to actually maneuver the map through the forest sections due to the dark coloring and there not being many borders. One thing that happened to me when I was playing Midnight Motorists was I glitched out on the highway and was teleported halfway across the map, and then, the timeout thing happened and I was teleported back. Anyways, let's move on to the characters. So there are 8 playable characters at the moment, and there are supposed to be 12 in the full release. Honestly, I hope at least one of the final 4 characters are going to be a glam rock, or at least someone from Security Breach. Anyways, the characters in the game at the moment are Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, the Puppet, Mangle, Balloon Boy, and Springtrap. Full honesty, my go-to characters at the moment happen to be Foxy and the Puppet, because I find them the easiest to use. At least with the purple car. I've forgotten what the actual car is called. I know it's something to do with Midnight Motorists. Anyways, I think what they might do, since each character is a different variant of another, like Mangle and Foxy, Springtrap and Bonnie, I think if they do at least 1 or 2 Security Breach characters, it'll most likely be Roxanne, Monty, and then maybe Vanny. And then maybe Gregory or Cassie, but we'll have to just wait and see. Or Maxes, full honesty, they might do them too. But if this is focusing on the older characters, I have a feeling they'll do FNAF 2 or 3, or maybe 4. It would be interesting racing as the Nightmare animatronics, I will say. Anyways, let's move on from the characters and on to the cars. Currently in the demo there are 3 playable cars. The standard go-kart, the Cupcake Mobile, and the Midnight Motorist car. I personally normally use the Midnight Motorist car with Foxy or the Puppet like I mentioned earlier. But I think it also depends on which one you're most comfortable with. For me it's the Midnight Motor car. Yes, I remember the name now. Yay. But yeah, that's the car I find most comfortable to play with the characters I mentioned before. Foxy and the Puppet. I'm also just realizing now I forgot to mention the class for the characters, so whoops, I'll just quickly touch base on them now. They're basically just saying how hard it is to control that certain character. Like the ones I normally use, Foxy and the Puppet, have lower classes than all the other characters. AKA, they have the lowest ones. Same with Balloon Boy, with the highest class characters being Springtrap, Mangle, and Chica, which is a very unique selection, I have to say. Anyways, I'll just skip to the point so this video doesn't get too long. Do I recommend the game? Yes! Is there stuff I would change about the game? Obviously, but that's my opinions. If you want to see what I would change about the game, I'll put it all in the description down below, along with a few brief versions up on the screen now. Thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! Just now realizing I forgot to do the prizes. So I'll just quickly say something about them now. Prizes are very cool. I would like to see a couple more, like maybe the fazcam to stun a bunch of people around you. Okay, for real this time. Goodbye, everyone. See you all next time.